I want to talk about the Dantes situation. Why? Because I think that it's completely fucked what is happening and how it's happening. I don't think there's any good things that could come from a Twitter discourse, but other than that, man, let's just talk about it. So, all of this shit happens because Dantes comes out and says he's breaking up with his current girlfriend. And he says the reason is because he feels like he's prioritizing his work, his streams over her. And automatically what I think is, if you feel like you shouldn't be in a relationship or you don't want to be in a relationship, no matter the reason, it is always valid to end that relationship. There doesn't need to be a good reason. You don't have to have a perfect story. But of course, Twitter comes with the jokes, man, and they're funny, right? Ooh, I left my girl to play League. Sorry, baby, League comes first. That shit's funny, right? It is what it is. But with that comes people who are dead ass. And some of those people happen to be Dantes' friend. Tarzan, this fucking nutcase. Let's see what he says, right? So Tarzan comes up with a tweet and he says, "So I can come over now," responding to why Dantes broke up with his girlfriend. So me, as a complete outsider, right? I don't know anything about League or League content. So I'm thinking this is one of Dantes' maybe close friend shooting the shit with him, making like a gay joke. So I can come over now, finally you're single, type shit. But apparently Dantes was not fucking with this shit at all. And he says, what does he say? Let me see. "This post showcases exactly why I don't want anything to do with you anymore. No, you're never invited. Take care." And I go, damn, whoa, what happened? Take 10 steps back, right? And this came off completely random. So I have to really think about, what did this man do? And Tarzan takes this personally. Twitter was already like taking Dantes by the neck and dragging him like Broly through some rocks, right? But breakups are not easy. And from what Tarzan fucking nutcase reveals, this breakup specifically is extremely hard on Dantes mentally. And so him lashing out, seemingly lashing out, which is probably him trying not to take any shit from anybody, you have to take it with a grain of salt and some empathy, right? But Tarzan sees this and his fragile little man ego gets fucking shattered. So he comes back on Twitch and just starts yapping his fucking crusty little lips off.
"I know things that you don't. A friend would never blackmail me. I have a fucking nuke I will drop on you and end your fucking career."
And he's just talking out of his ass, basically. Dante hurt his feelings, so he gets on stream and just starts. He tries to build up this doubt on Dantes' character. So when he does eventually say what he's about to say, that it has the most impact that it possibly can have. He basically hits them with a fucking clove decay before going in with the Vandal one tap, is what he's trying to do. But Tarzan peeps this, right? And he don't take shit from this. He says, "Dear Tarzan, genuinely hilarious how you to this day still try to play victim. If you want to sit here and share some things about me, then I'll respond in kind. I know you're probably sitting here reading this from your alt account. You know, the one you used to stalk your exes and people you've blocked." Which I'ma just say, bro, I mean, is it that weird to stalk your ex's account? I feel like everybody, I feel like it's more than, I feel like more than a good amount of people have stalked their ex's profiles just on some weak shit. I mean, yeah, but keep on going on. So basically, Dantes goes on this pseudo expose about how Tarzan is just a shit guy and how he talks shit on everybody he can possibly like conjure up, and even says something about how He talks shit about Tyler One, which is supposed to be his closest friend. And you know, this is just, in my opinion, at this very point, this is just the average Twitter shit slinging from like behind cover. Everybody's behind their sacks in the war zone, just and slinging that shit. It's just like average Twitter shit. But what this fucking goober Tarzan ends up doing, right? This is skipping a ton of chapters. So if you really want to know the meat and bones of this, you have to go to Bo Black's video. But what he ends up doing is this actual human personification of a jar of toenail clippings. What he does is he goes on stream in the nuke that'll destroy Dantes' career that he's been building up, is exposing Dantes' girlfriend's abortion. This genuine piece of undernailed dirt decides to expose a woman's abortion, that insanely traumatic event that someone will never forget in their entire life, to try and smear dirt on his League of Legends career. Can we just can you let that sink in, bro? Can you let him in? Please. What the fuck? You have to be a different type of mentally crumbled and a fucking 12D bump status effect type of weak to do something like this over him saying that you can't come over after you made a stupid little joke he didn't find funny. Really? And then, of course, this has the complete opposite effect. This dickhead goes on the stream. He says, okay, this is going to ruin Dustin's career. This is the nuke. He was sitting in his room playing League of Legends while she was getting an abortion, which is not true, according to Dante. Basically, what happened is he went to Germany to accompany her on her abortion, but due to flight timings, he literally could not be here, and she assured him that she would be okay because she had family there, and they called and blah 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 blah, right? But it's the fact that he thought that her trauma is going to be the perfect dismantling of Dante's career. And the second he got that little inklet of information, he could not wait for Dantes to try him in the smallest amount. Because I feel like the plan, the second he got that information, was to put it in his fucking little cobweb stored brain for whenever Dantes immediately fucks up in the internet, interwebs. That's just this fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked. And the worst part about it is not, the worst part isn't that it completely backfired and now this guy is like the equivalent of under-school desk gum to the rest of the internet. He's just a fucking creature, right? It's the fact that this came across on Dante's girlfriend's feed, and she had to relive that trauma through this fuck. And now the entire internet knows. And then there's this clip of her and Dantes talking about it on the internet where she's just reeling, man. And it's extremely hard to watch. I'm gonna show it, but it's so hard to watch.
2 hours after getting it, I completely broke down and I had to go to the emergency because I was just emotionally completely out of it. And Dantes ended his stream earlier so we could call and I could express to him how bad I was feeling. And then my grandma came over and I told my grandma I think I did a mistake. And she told me I'm so sorry for pressuring you. If I would have known, I wouldn't have pressured you into getting it. So it's so unfair to me. For such a disgusting human being, a 20-year-old man-child, to go online and lie about my history with abortion, this should have never been public. This is something he was told in private.
So this freak crawls onto his Twitter account and decides to push out a fucking corporate level apology, which is just not enough, man. He says he'll take a break from the internet like everyone else. He says, I'm going to reevaluate my mental like everyone else. And just, he says he's gonna take a break, but honestly, man, if you are 29 years old and you are still doing shit like a fucking 12-year-old would do after getting their feelings hurt, you need to step off the internet completely. There's no need for you here, man, at all. And it's so like evident how weak his mental state is, because the second his feelings get hurt, the immediate reaction is, what can I do to hurt them back? And that's such a fucking infantile state of mind, bro. It's such an infantile state of mind, especially when you know this person. I don't know Dantes. The most Dantes is to me is a name on a screen. You know him. You know this guy. And you see him go through this breakup. You know he's gone through a traumatic experience, and this woman has gone through a traumatic experience, which is the worst. I just like to mention, it is the worst. She should be the least. No, she is the least at fault here. Yet she's getting all of the brunt force of this discourse. So if you know her, if you know her socials, go support her, DM her something, tell her that her day is, you hope her day is going well, or that you hope she heals. I'm sure that'll help, because she is getting the brunt of all of this. At the end of the day, this just proves this sentence even truer, like, than it ever has been. Weak men cause hard times, and this is a weak man causing hard times. I mean, just go send support to the woman, you know. Try to let them heal, and listen to this song, drink some coffee, have a good day.